Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is literally a game changer. Studies consistently show that this one specific skill accounts for almost 90% of what sets top performers apart from the rest of the pack. And get this, it's not your glowing resume, it's not your massive network, and it's definitely not your technical know-how. Think about it for a second. We spend years memorizing data, chasing down certifications, and mastering all these hard skills, right? But what if the ultimate engine for your career is actually your mastery over an entirely different domain? We've got to ask ourselves, what is the core people skill that genuinely propels career development? Well, let's jump right into Section 1, Decoding Emotional Intelligence. Okay, let's start right at the foundation. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways. I really want you to notice those active verbs there. Understand, use, manage. This isn't just about, having a good cry in your car after a rough meeting. No, these are practical, everyday tools. By actively understanding and managing your emotional state, you can proactively relieve stress, tackle intense challenges head-on, and totally diffuse workplace conflict before it even has a chance to start. Moving on, let's break this down into the 5 core elements. So this superpower actually breaks down into a 5-step progression. We've got self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and finally, social skills. It's kind of like a journey. It starts internally, just you and your own mind, and then it radiates outward to how you interact with the rest of the world. Let's zoom in and see exactly how these puzzle pieces fit together. All right, the absolute rock-solid foundation of this entire structure is element 1. Self-awareness. Now, it sounds super simple, right? But honestly, it is a profound ability. It's that moment when you're in the middle of a totally chaotic product launch, and you can actually hit pause and identify exactly why you're feeling defensive instead of just blindly reacting to the stress. Without this foundational self-awareness, the rest of the framework, it just cannot exist. Now, once you've got that self-awareness locked down, you unlock element 2, which is self-regulation. This is where the magic happens. You move from just observing your feelings to actively controlling them. Self-regulation is the exact thing that stops you from firing off that incredibly passive-aggressive email at 11 p.m. Instead, you manage those emotions in positive ways, making sure your responses are always measured, professional, and actually constructive. Up next, we have element 3, motivation. Think about it. When you can understand and regulate your emotions, you can actually harness them. Motivation in this specific context is pure intrinsic drive. It means you're using your carefully managed emotions to push through challenges and keep a relentless focus on your long-term goals. And you're doing this completely independent of a shiny bonus or a pat on the back from your boss. Okay, now the framework takes a massive shift outward with element 4, empathy. We're transitioning from managing our own internal landscape to engaging with the people around us. But listen, empathy here isn't just basic sympathy. It's strategic cognitive empathy. It's that vital, almost sixth sense ability to accurately read a room, understand a client's hidden frustrations, and truly respect the feelings of your team members. And finally, element 5, social skills. When you're self-aware, regulated, motivated, and empathetic, well, the whole shebang synthesizes right here. This is the culmination that allows you to collaborate effortlessly, navigate super complex office dynamics, and build professional networks that actually last. So you might be wondering, why does all of this actually matter at work? Well, there is a very direct bridge between these 5 internal elements we just walked through and some seriously tangible career advantages. Let's look at exactly how they translate into powerful, real-world workplace benefits. The first major benefit is that emotional intelligence allows for better teamwork. When you actively apply that empathy and those highly developed social skills, you're fundamentally changing group dynamics. You're building this rock-solid foundation of psychological safety. Everyone feels heard, everyone feels valued, and that translates into a significantly more cohesive and honestly just a highly functional team environment. Next up is resilience. Specifically, you can deal with change. Let's face it, the modern workplace is rarely static. Restructures happen, projects pivot at the last minute, expectations shift overnight. But strong self-regulation and internal motivation, they equip you to navigate these shifting dynamics smoothly. So instead of being totally derailed by the anxiety that change usually brings, you just maintain your composure and adapt in really productive ways. Furthermore, emotional intelligence ensures that you can handle those tough conversations. And let's be real, nobody likes workplace conflict, but it is absolutely inevitable. The precise formula you need to successfully diffuse conflict during stressful discussions is combining empathy with emotional self-management. When you can keep your own stress relieved while truly understanding the other person's perspective, what could have been a massively destructive argument turns into a constructive problem-solving dialogue. It's really amazing. As our source definitively states, it is an essential people skill. This overarching mastery of emotions, it is not just some fluffy, soft skill or a nice-to-have bonus trait. Absolutely not. It is the very fabric of professional interaction, and frankly, it's a non-negotiable requirement for upward mobility and modern career development. And finally, mastering these elements culminates in the highest level of professional achievement. It is a key feature of a strong leader. Because true leadership isn't just about barking orders or hitting KPIs. A person who possesses this emotional framework doesn't just manage a team, they inspire it. It becomes one of the most reliable, surefire indicators of true leadership and professional excellence. So we've decoded the core elements, and we've seen the powerful workplace benefits of this framework. The evidence is crystal clear. Mastering your emotions is the definitive path to unlocking your absolute full potential. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. How will you use emotional intelligence to become a stronger leader today? Keep that front and center the next time you step into the office. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.